Graduates, faculty, and guests, please be seated. As we open this graduation celebration event, we'd like to acknowledge that the University of Washington resides on the traditional land of the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish people past and present, and honor with gratitude the land itself and the Duwamish tribe. As Marshal, I declare these graduation ceremonies open. It's my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the Foster School of Business, Frank Hodge.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. As we begin our celebration today, I want to take some time to thank our Marshal of today's ceremony. Professor Dan Turner and Associate Dean Dan Turner will be leaving us in a couple of weeks. Dan joined the Foster School of Business in 1999 and has been the Associate Dean for Master's Programs since 2007. He has had a significant impact on all of our master's programs. He will become the next dean at Seattle University's Business School on July 1. So join me in congratulating Dan Turner. Now, before we get to our three student speakers, I wanted to share some observations with the class today. These observations come from watching students over the last year. I decided to take notes on things that I observed, and I was going to take the top three and share them with you. And these are the top three, and you are included in those observations. The first observation has to do with opportunities. And I think there are two types of opportunities. There are expected opportunities. Those are the opportunities where you have an exam, or you have a presentation, you have a speech, you have a case competition. Those opportunities you are prepared for by your program. I have no doubt that you are well positioned to perform in those opportunities. It's the second type of opportunity, the unexpected opportunity, the ones that you don't know are coming until they're before you. Those, for me, have been the opportunities of a lifetime. For example, I was called into an office and asked, why should we send you to Japan to represent our organization? That's the kind of opportunity you need to be ready for. And my experience tells me that you will be ready for those opportunities if you have a growth mindset. If you don't stop learning when you leave here today, that you make a growth mindset your default mindset, you will be well prepared for those unexpected opportunities that can end up being an opportunity of a lifetime. My second observation has to do with energy and presence. I attend a lot of events. You're at some of those events. I will tell you there is a difference between those that show up and those that are truly present. Those of you that are truly present in events, you just have a different energy. You have a positive energy that not only makes you feel better about being there, it draws people to you. I was recently with a colleague that is retiring from the University of Washington after 42 years, and he said he's lived his career here by a mantra that I think is applicable to this observation. And that mantra is, must be present to win. Great advice. You have the skills. Be present in the spaces that you occupy and let them shine. The third observation has to do with smiling and laughing. You don't do those alone. As I observed students over the last year, you do not smile and laugh alone. You do that with partners or in community. Smiling and laughing are inherently human attributes, and they're used to build relationships, to build communities. My advice to you is to smile and laugh as much as possible, and to do it with your colleagues and to do it in community. And speaking of relationships, we provided our first degree from the Foster School of Business, not called the Foster School at that time, over 105 years ago. So when you graduate today, you will be joining an alumni network of over 60,000 Foster graduates and over 500,000 University of Washington graduates. I encourage you to utilize that network, to be a part of that network, and when the time is right, to lean into that network. And it's through that network that I look forward to smiling and laughing with you. Congratulations, class of 2025. Now, I have the joy and the honor of introducing our first of 3 student speakers. And the MS in Entrepreneurship class is a small, tight-knit class that goes through a lot of ups and downs together. Successes, disappointments, challenges, opportunities. They do it together, and you're going to hear a bit about that. It is my pleasure to introduce the first student speaker, Adama Sek.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring some energy into it. Good afternoon, everybody. It is one beautiful day in Seattle, and it's wonderful to be here in this space with this opportunity to share it with each and every single one of you. First, I'd like to say all praise due to the Most High, because without His hand, there is no action that I take that actually has purpose in this world. With that being said, I'd like to also take an opportunity to thank each and every single one of you inside of this room, the family, the friends, our significant others, our children, the grandparents, and our ancestors that are no longer with us. The reason why it is that I thank this collective is because our cohort, MS Entre 2025, that I have given the nickname MS8. At the end of that MS8, I know it wasn't that amazing, yes, at the end of that MS8 was actually the word great. But I did speak to my strategic advisor, Keisha Credit, and she did say you should take out great in order not to offend cohort 1 through 7. So, with the acknowledgement of cohort 1 through 7, y'all are great too, but you are not MS8 great unless you carry the same characteristics that it is that we held within the program. I had a bunch of funny stories to share with each and every single one of you guys about what our cohort looked like during the time of 2025, 2024 into 2025. I realize that I'm ultra long-winded with storytelling, especially for funny stories, so I'm going to keep it short and just give the one thing. For MS Entre, MS8, y'all know what comes at the end of that. It is the culture that we created during our time here at Foster that makes our program so unique in comparison to every other program in this institution. It is how we cared for each other, that we carried warmth for each other, not ice cold. We carried love and appreciation for each other. We respected all of our different identities that we held in class together. And I'll tell you this one truth. This year was far from easy for me. There were 7 deaths that it is that I experienced personally. 3 family members, 1 shot and killed downtown Seattle, 1 that died in Senegal, Dakar, from not having antibiotics, something very easy to fix. 4 students, the oldest of which was 17, a former student of mine. 3 students, all under the age of 17, the youngest being 14. It's not to bring down the energy of this monumentous moment that we all share today. But the truth is that each and every single one of us carries what I define as secret burdens. It's the secret burdens that it is that we carry that may dictate the success that we have within an institution. It may dictate whether we're able to graduate or continue within our academics, whether we have the ears of our esteemed professors and ensuring that they can ensure that they care for us and that they want us to succeed. MS8, I will say this, it's the character that we all carried. It's the character that we gifted to our professors when we clapped for each and every single one of them after every class. Because it's not easy being an educator. I know I have been for 15 years. With that being said, the one thing that I wish for each and every single one of you to carry out of this program until the day you leave, not here, I do mean Earth, until the day you leave, gift every single room that you enter, gift every organization that you work for, gift each of the organizations that you will found as founders, gift all the doors that you enter, the gift of culture, the culture that we cultivated here at Foster in Dempsey 112 from 9 a.m. all the way to 3 p.m. It was a long one, y'all. Gift others our culture. The world will be a better place as a result of the culture that you gift. With that being said, I know and understand that people with advanced degrees are usually long-winded on microphones. I will stop speaking at this point. Thank you, each and every single one of you who has helped pour into us in this space. Thank you. See, I just got my advanced degree, and I realized that I kept it a little too short. What I will now do is I will pass it to my fellow MS8, you know what's at the end of that, cohort member, Nico Boyd.
Hello. I appreciate all of you guys being here today. This master's program has been such a wild ride and with such beautiful people. So I want you to take a moment and look around this room because you have an amazing example of what our program was like. We had people from all over the world coming together, and I see that reflection in our friends and our families now. So let's just take a moment, look around at who's at the tables, and really just appreciate being in this room today. Thank you. Okay. This has been such an amazing experience, and it really was the people that made it so. And we had some wild times with our faculties and our friends, and I think what really made our cohort special was the fact that it wasn't just in the classroom that we had these experiences, but it came outside of the classroom as well. Professor Emily, in the first quarter of the program, you had us doing icebreakers and creative games. You welcomed us with a song for every class, and you also challenged us to do creative activities and group projects outside of the classroom. And in that first group project, I was with Sylvie and Ankit and Susie and Max, and we were trying to figure out how can we make the most value in 2 hours. We were given $5 for our resources, and we were told, create as much value as you possibly can. And so me and Ankit, we got the whiteboard up, we're in a room, it's like 6 o'clock at night, and we're arguing over how we can create value. And what does that look like? And Ankit's like, well, we could do this to make money, or we could do that to make money this way. And I'm like, no, what is the values of how we transmit and those things we transmit to other people, those feelings, that expression, that's the value I want to create. And so Sylvie finally goes, because Sylvie's the wisest one in the room. We were lucky to have Sylvie the entire time. She goes, I'll tell you the actual truth. It's about how you can influence other people. It's not about the money that you generate. And that really set the tone for the rest of the cohort. And so we ended up, as a group, down in Union Square Station, and we served tea. We did Japanese tea ceremony and served tea to strangers. And all of us as a group tried to convince random strangers off the street to come and participate in our little experiment. And we made tea for them. We offered them a little act of kindness. And then afterwards, we asked them how they felt. And they were like, oh, peaceful, like this contrast between this busy life and this moment of serenity in the subway. They're like, thank you so much for doing this. And then the ask was to take that feeling, that expression, and to carry it forward. We had one woman tell us that she was going to take her brother out. He was coming into town, and she's like, oh, I'm going to take him out for an experience. Another man told us he was going to buy a bunch of candy and take it back to work for all of his coworkers. But this idea of spreading that connection, spreading that kindness, carrying it forward to the next person is really what I believe carried our cohort through and made us special and different. Right? We had such deep interconnection between each other. 2 weeks ago, we had a wedding ceremony for Na. We all gathered together. Yeah, congratulations! The whole group gathered together. Everyone played a part in the ceremony, right? Elon's dog Suki carried the rings. It was a disaster. I mean, the rings flew everywhere, but it was very sweet. Frank's new baby carried in the vows. Adama's kid walked down the aisle with the flowers. It was mostly Adama holding the kid. Right, but it was such a beautiful experience to have everyone coming together, of these people that we met through this program but developed deep and personal bonds with. And I think that's really the thing that we're coming out of this with. Yes, we've learned all the new frameworks. Yes, we've talked about how to develop strategies and use AI and what is a moat. But the strongest part about this experience has been the people, the friends, and the interpersonal relationships. And so I'm so grateful to have met every one of you. I'm so grateful as an extension for everyone in this room that is now in my network as well, whether you realize it or not. That this was such a beautiful group of people, and I'm so happy to have met each and every one of you. Thank you. And now I would like to invite up Abby to speak next, and she's been one of my favorite people that I've met through the program.
Thank you, Nico, for that nice introduction. So there's a time Nico and I and a couple of our classmates were playing a game that who would you pick where and who would you pick to do what. So I said that if I was stuck in a desert, I would pick Nico. And if I was stuck in the sea, I would still pick Nico. One, he comes with Mahela, beautiful wife, so that means I get 2 people to help me survive. And 2, Nico is very resourceful. He has been very helpful to all of us, so thank you for that. He's our favorite as well. Wow, what a ride. Today marks the end of one of the most transformational chapters of our lives. And honestly, if someone had told me how wildly beautiful, intense, and rewarding this program would have been, I would have thought it was not true. Because how do you explain a year where you grow, where you learn, where you stretch, where you support, where you pivot, where you fail forward, where you laugh until your ribs hurt, all at once? I came into the MS Entre program ready to build ventures. But what I did not expect was to find community. I never met a group of people I aligned with so effortlessly. I remember the first thing I thought about in class was I thought, what crazy individuals these are. And that has also surpassed in the course of the year. They are crazier than I could have imagined, and that I am allowed to share. People who see the world with similar ambitions, with curiosity, and with very wild ideas. People who understand the late night texts, the constant, what if I tried this? What if I didn't try that? And the thrill of solving problems that matter. This year, I said yes to almost everything. Thank you, Courtney and Sam. I said yes to all the volunteering opportunities. Count me in. I did almost all the practicums that I could, even the ones that were not meant for me. I did them. And I honestly loved the chaos too. Random adventures with my cohort, to all the hikes, to all the sleepovers, to all the hangouts, meals, and whitewater rafting. Thank you for the experience. The last-minute hangouts, the failures we celebrated with every small win. Oh, and let's not forget the brainstorming over boba tea. And in return, the community has showed up for me. You have become my family, my co-conspirators, my mirror, and my hype squad. There has been no better friend and no better place of support that I have found amongst peers such as this. We supported each other through pitches, through pivots, and of course through personal milestones. We all know that it's impossible to be in such close proximity without being very personal. We laughed at our failures. I think we did this a lot more often than celebrating every small win like an IPO. And in the process, we reminded each other that the heart of entrepreneurship is not just about companies, but about each other, about people, and about community. So to our faculty, thank you. To Sam and Courtney, thank you. To all our family, to all the lecturers, thank you. A special thanks to the financiers in the house, through whom your money would not have made it possible for each one of us to have partaken in this course. Thank you for pushing us. Thank you for guiding us and making sure we never took the easy route. And to every person in this room who made this year unforgettable, thank you. You've shaped a version of us and myself that I am forever proud of. And to my cohort and everyone else, as we head out into the world, ready to disrupt, as we have often been told, to innovate and to transform, I want us to carry this truth, that the best ventures start with people who care deeply, who act boldly, and lift others as they rise. So who are we as MS Entre 2025? We are awesome, we are resilient, we are risk takers, and the best of our lives is yet to come. So a little bit of a story of what inspired my headgear, as you can see, and a few of these bangles. So I come from Kenya. And one of the communities we have in Kenya is known as the Maasai. So for all of you who love to come to safari, and to my cohort who are welcome to Kenya next year, the Maasai is one of the most known, well-celebrated community because they love a lot of beadwork. But one of the things that you do not know why we celebrate them is because of their resourcefulness and sustainability. And that is why when you Google Kenya, you see them with their shukas and their kangas and their beadwork. They thrive through resourcefulness. Their use of land, livestock, and community knowledge is what makes them thrive and have thrived for thousands of years. So for the Maasai community, I have been able to see how the skills, as well as the lessons they have showed me at home, be and come alive through the MS Entre program. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to call up to the podium Ankit Anand, who will be giving out our faculty awards. Hi everyone, good afternoon. It's my honor today to present the Best Faculty Awards. You guys are one of the best class that I have been teaching. This is not one professor, but many of them who had been saying this to us the entire year. The feeling is mutual. We also feel the same way. I think we had great professors who pushed us into the wild to figure things on our own with limited resources, which made us think on our feet and do a lot of things in a very creative manner. A lot of us are going ahead and starting our own venture, and we believe that the knowledge that we gained in this 1 year will definitely help us gain do maximum in that future course of action. And also, it's hard to sit through 2 to 3 hour long lectures unless you really believe in the value that you are getting in those 2 to 3 hours. So definitely got a lot of value. There are a total of 5 awards. For every quarter, there is a Faculty of the Quarter Award that recognizes instructors for their outstanding achievement, teaching, and contribution to the student learning environment. We also vote for one instructor to be awarded the MS in Entrepreneurship Excellence in Teaching Award for the year. So, without further ado, let's start with first quarter, the summer quarter. Some of the feedback about the winner is, Professor had a great energy and teaching style. Classes were interactive and so much fun. So the faculty of the summer quarter goes to, drumroll, Betsy Sperry. Moving to quarter 2, one of the comments for the winner was, the professor made sure that the classes were very engaging. And the clue is, there were a lot of case studies. So, the winner of the award for autumn quarter is Alicia DeSantola. Moving on, quarter 3. One of the comments for the winner was, it helped me learn new ways of thinking. Again, Betsy, you won this. Finally, quarter 4. The winner pushed us out of our comfort zone and challenged us to take risks every day. So the winner of this award is Christian Metcalf. Now moving on to the final award, MS in Entrepreneurship Excellence in Teaching. I'll keep it simple, and the clue is that she makes great hot fudge sauce. So again, I am happy to announce the winner as Betsy Sperry.
Wow, I kind of want to look. Thank you all. I guess because I have the opportunity and I'm in charge of marketing, I should mention that what he's referring to is a hot fudge sauce that we launched about a year ago. And it's very dark and rich and decadent, and it comes from beautiful Peruvian chocolate, and it's very clean, and it's very delicious, and you can get it at De Laurentiis. And I should thank all of you. First of all, thank you for this award. I can't tell you how flattering and how much it means to me, especially when I know we have these amazing teachers here. So thank you so much. And also, the word excellence in teaching leaves me sort of flabbergasted, and so I need you to tell me what that was I did. Just for the other folks in the audience, there's some of us who are fortunate enough to come and join the teaching teams here. We come from industry, and so
that's a really neat thing about this program, as we complement each other and have, different experiences and histories. And so I had a career in advertising and marketing. And so you might understand that this is so meaningful to me, as the only reason I am here is you guys, literally. And I love coming in that room and seeing your faces and seeing you eager. And I just want you to know I'm really hurt to know that I was not the only one getting applause after every lecture. I had to say to the undergrad class, my master's students always give applause. The other true confession I must make very briefly to the families in the room is sometimes I wander a little off script, and I take advantage of the fact that I have 3 children and I'm a mother. And this is important in some ways because it's how I taught myself to teach. And what I mean by that is, as I had come from industry where in the old days we got to be the mean boss, right? Demand excellence and perfection. And that wasn't really going to fly in an academic environment. And one of the things that really helped me was if I thought about my youngest and I said, well, how would I teach her? How do I teach her? And that really helped me reframe wanting the absolute best, wanting to give you every chance to learn and understand and succeed, and realizing that sometimes you have to be the parent, kind of the bad guy. And so it was really with that insight that I try to work with you guys. And so, as your parent, speaking as a parent, I should say more accurately, I guess I would just leave you with the fact that I believe in you guys. And I really want you to, yes, remember your customer, listen to the marketplace for understanding what's important about your products. But when it comes to making decisions, remember who you are and what your passion is and what you want, and don't give up. Do it. Thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. Nice looking group here. Each year, a truly amazing group of people come together from all corners of the world. We become a collective of creators and builders, developers, thinkers, and doers. Graduates, as you move on to the next part of your great adventure, my wish for you is to always be curious. What can we learn about teamwork from an athlete? What can we discover about leadership from a veteran? What can the person who left behind their home and their comfort zone to move all the way across the world to another country, what can they teach us about courage? What can we discover about the excitement of opportunity from a first-generation student? How can we grow from exploring the unique perspective of that person who comes from a vastly different background from us? What can we learn from the power of a quiet leader? How can we build each other up during times of struggle? May that curiosity continue to drive you to be the doers of the world. Start that creative project, build that side hustle, seek opportunities to find solutions for the problems that you see in the world. Or maybe shine bright and bring light along the path of others. This is just the beginning of our relationship, as you are all now family. You came together as strangers and now you leave as close friends. You have chosen a non-linear path, though, a path that dares you to be your authentic self and share the beauty of vulnerability. Cultivate and foster your curiosity throughout your life, and you will indeed make an impact. A fun way I like to do each year is to talk about the cohort by numbers, right? In business, we're all about, it's the numbers that are important, show your numbers, defend your numbers, right? So I think numbers tell an important part of the story, and so here are just a few that I think will bring to life this cohort so you get to know each other. 10 countries were represented, 50% were women. 5 prizes won across 4 competitions. $8,000 in prize money won and counting. 1 veteran. 3 dogs named Milo. Can you believe that? We learned that at orientation. I have a dog named Milo. No, I have a dog named Milo. 1 world record was set by our MS Entre competitor as a member of the UW men's distant medley relay team. Number 4 singles tennis player with the 3rd most single wins on the UW team. 2 weddings. 1 baby born, 1 on the way. Countless lifelong friendships forged, and 1 very special place in my heart. Congratulations, class of 2025. You are forever a part of the MS Entre family. You are remarkable. You are resilient. You can do it, especially with the support of each other. Courtney and I miss you already. No matter where you go or what you do with your new connections and experiences, you'll always be number 1 to us. Okay, and now the time we've all been waiting for. Very exciting. So we will start over here. Graduates, will you please rise and come forward as I call your name? 1 moment, please. There we go. Okay, Bryn Algstom. Ankit Anand. Zach Aronson. Bangyan Bao. Anushka Chaudhary. Selvi Chennai. Na Din. Ryan Figueroa. Fazia Fitri. Catalina Fox. Elon Gordon. Alexis Haynes. Tobias Hawk. Arya Jali. McKenna Koenig. Oh. Byron Kong. Abigail Kubazu. Maxim Kunitsov. Nicole Yu. Frank Lin. Sam Lungu. William Lee. Pamela Amila Vador Lyons. Kyle Reinheimer. Kyle is a student athlete who is not able to be with us today. He booked his first ever NCAA Outdoor Championships in the 800 meters in Eugene this week. Good luck, Kyle. Adama Ibrahima Sek. Michael Spencer. Susie Sue. Nico Takaku. Joseph York. Michelle. Okay, that concludes that part of the event, and now a little bit of chaos. Graduates, please come gather at the front of the room. Make a big mess. Join in.
Cross over.
Yep. Multiple layers. Okay. Okay. Yep. There we go. Let's try this. Before we close this ceremony, we should recognize that a successful completion of a graduate degree is possible only with the devotion and support of family, spouses, and significant others, friends, and mentors. Many are here today expressing their love and support. Graduates, it's now your turn to applaud the family and friends who have supported you. And as I turn over this ceremony for the last time, to Dan Turner. We also wanted to thank you very much for your 8 years of support, cultivating the crazies that we are in the MS in Entrepreneurship, guiding and cultivating many great future entrepreneurs. So, one of our student companies is Nowhere, and so we wanted to give you a gift.
Thank you.
But you're going somewhere.
That was unscripted. Crazy fun. I promise the structured part's almost over. Thanks so much, family and friends, for coming to celebrate our graduates together with us. On behalf of the faculty and administration, please rise and join me in celebrating the class of 2025 MSE graduates. One last thought from me. Guests, please stick around. There will be photo opportunities, I promise. At 6:30, we have a very special guest arriving. The coolest four-legged husky, Dubs, will be showing up. Please take advantage of the photo opportunity. Throw your own Dubs his way. Appreciate you all. These ceremonies are concluded. Congratulations.